Good evening. I would like to call the December 15th, 2020 Planning Commission meeting to order. I would like to point out that this meeting is being hosted through live stream on the city's website and by teleconference for public comment. Due to the structure of this meeting, I'd like to remind the Planning Commission to have their microphones turned on and positioned so the audience can hear. HPE, may we have a roll call, please?
Sure. Commissioner Beamschiffer? Here. Commissioner Lemke?
Here.
Commissioner Van Arsdale? Here. Vice Chair Worth?
Here. Thank you. Invocation and flag salute. Commissioner Beamschiffer.
Flag. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us here tonight and keeping us in good health. Lord, I pray that this season, the rest of this month, and the holidays, that you keep all of us safe and allow us to make some good decisions tonight. And in your name we pray. Amen.
Okay, agenda item number 4 is the approval of the minutes for October 20th, 2020. Are there any changes, corrections, or additions? If not, I'll entertain a motion for acceptance.
Move approval of the minutes. I'll second. Times.
Approval of the minutes are passed. Agenda item number 5, public comment period. To accommodate public comment, we have made some temporary changes to this part of our agenda that were necessitated to comply with COVID-19 directives. There is a temporary 2-minute per person time limit for all general public comments on non-public hearing items. All who wish to speak, including commissioners and staff, need to be recognized by the chair before speaking. Members of the public shall comply with the adopted rules of decorum, Resolution 4545. A copy of which can be requested through the city clerk's office. You may also fill out a form and submit your comments online at www.hemetca.gov/councilchamberlive. Then it will be read out loud. Submittal must be done before 2 p.m. the day of the meeting. For those that wish to join by teleconferencing, you'll be able to join by calling 888-585-9008. When prompted, please dial 743-463-604#. You'll be asked for your name prior to speaking. Reminder, if you are joining by teleconference, please mute your phone to prevent noise interference until you are given time to provide public comment. Please state your name and item you are commenting on before speaking. Are there any members of the public participating through teleconference that would like to comment on any items not?
Yes, there is.
Okay, please state your name. Just for the record.
Here, this is Dan Hollingsworth. My address is 26550 Havasu Road, Murrieta, California.
All right. Thank you. Please go ahead. Mr. Hollingsworth, you are on if you want to speak.
Thank you. I've represented the Dilworth family for a number of years, working with them. They have property that's east of California and north of the railroad tracks out there primarily. It goes clear up to Stetson Avenue on part of it. They have 65 acres that's east of the canal that was in the city, and the other parts were in the county. When we did the specific plan, which for some reason I was on that, the part that's in the county west of the canal and that was zoned industrial and kept that zone, but the property east of the canal was zoned agricultural, and I was told on more than one occasion that it would automatically be changed to industrial when the general plan was finalized. Apparently that never happened. I know Deanna was very much aware of it, but I know she's no longer there, and it was supposed to be just an administrative change from agriculture to industrial zone, and that it hasn't happened. If we go get an appraisal, they appraise it as ag land, not industrial, and of course that doesn't fly. So what can we do to correct the situation?
So we need to refer this to HP to get a hold of him?
Yeah, we can't discuss this item because it's not on the agenda, but I could contact Mr. Hollingsworth and discuss it a little further.
Did he hear that?
Did you hear that, Mr. Hollingsworth?
I cannot hear you too well, no.
Okay, we cannot discuss that item specifically because it's not on the agenda, but HP King will contact you following this meeting to discuss that further.
Okay, well, that's all I can ask is that, as I say, it was supposed to be an administrative decision and not one that had to go through a long process of planning and the council and all that, and it should have been done automatically, but it slipped through the cracks. So if you can find a way to correct it, I'd certainly appreciate it.
Well, we'll definitely follow up on that, and I thank you very much for participating and bringing that to our attention.
Thanks for all you do, and thanks for your consideration.
I'm sorry, HP, does he have your
Have any questions?
Yes.
He does.
Hold on just one moment. I'm sorry. What was that?
I just wanted to make sure that contact information was exchanged so that we could follow up.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you. We do have your contact information, and City will be following up with you following this meeting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hollingsworth. You have a wonderful night. Are there any other public comments? No, there. Okay, so
There are no other callers on the line.
okay, thank you. Okay, so we can move to item 6A, site development review for modification 20-004 Mod 1 for the minor modification of approved SDR 20-004. Good evening.
I'd like to let the record show that I am leaving the meeting because I have a conflict of interest.
Good evening, Commissioners, staff, members of the public. I'm going to be presenting Site Development Review 20-004, Modification 1, Citrus Point, DR Horton. The location is northeast corner of Florida Avenue and Lake Street, and the description of this project is the modification to include another single-story floor plan, Plan 4. This floor plan is to replace 6 previously approved single-story plans and 3 approved 2-story floor plans. July 7, 2020, the Planning Commission approved Site Development Review 20-004 for the architecture and plotting of 80 lots. The applicant proposed 1 single-story floor plan and 2 two-story floor plans. Plan number 1, the single-story, was 1,898 square feet. Plan 2, a two-story, was 2,239 square feet. And Plan 3, two-story, 2,435 square feet. And these floor plans, we're going to have architectural themes of Tuscan, bungalow, and traditional. At the behest of the single-story community immediately to the north of this development, DR Horton proposed their single-story floor plan on the north side of the development, and that was plan number 1. Here is a site plan indicating that floor plan number 1 was alongside the north side of the development, and here adjacent some existing homes. Here, for the most part, are two-story homes, with the red being single-story. D.R. Horton is introducing a new floor plan, Plan Number 4, in order to bring variety to the north side of the development, to create a more aesthetically pleasing street scene, and to comply with the second-story placement as outlined in the single-family design guidelines. This floor plan was introduced. It's 1,330 square feet. It's also in the Tuscan bungalow and traditional themes. Plan 4 is to replace 6 single-story Plan 1s, and Plan 4 is to replace 3 two-story Plan 3s, and in turn, Plan 1 is to replace 5 two-story Plan 2s. Here we can see a revised site plan. Plan 4 is now going to be placed here, 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 and here, to bring variety to what was the same floor plan. And here, these were all single-story, being replaced by single-story. And here is where the new floor plan is replacing 2 stories. And the displaced Plan 1s are going to replace in 2 stories here. These are the elevations to the new floor plan. As you can see, they also come in bungalow, traditional, and Tuscan. Plan 4 is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, garage, 1,330 square feet. The findings are the same as they were for the staff report for the Site Development Review 20-004, and they are discussed in the staff report. And Site Development Review 20-004, modification number 1, proposes no changes to conditions, maintains the architectural themes of Tuscan, bungalow, and traditional, maintains the single-story to the north side of the development, meets setbacks and single-story development standards, and meets the single-family design guidelines, and there is no change to the SEQA review. Property owners and tenants located within a 500-foot radius of the project site were notified of the public hearing on November 17, 2020, with a 10-day hearing notice. As of the writing of those reports, staff has not received correspondence either for or against this project. The recommended action is the Planning Commission adopt resolution number PC 2020-024 and approve SDR 20-004 mod .1, subject to the original conditions of approval as approved by the Planning Commission on July 7th, 2020. This concludes my presentation.
Thank you very much. Is there any questions for staff?
What do we have, what's the update on the scenic highway? The scenic highway, what's the update status on that since they're building? Are they taking care of the scenic highway part of it?
The developer is still working on the negotiations with the property owner at this time.
Okay.
So for this resolution bill, there's no changes to the previously approved conditions of approval. This is just changing the site plan and layout. Great. All right, thank you. So we'll go ahead and open up public hearing. Is the applicant here?
Yes.
Oh. Do you mind coming up and state your name and address for the record?
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. I'm Barbara Murakami with D.R. Horton. I don't know if you have any questions for me. I can actually address the issue on the scenic highway, even though it doesn't really apply. We are processing those plans, and as HP said, we are still working with Mr. Petty on negotiating to purchase the lots that he still owns.
Question for the applicant? So I just, on behalf of the commission, I want to commend D.R. Horton. That was a lot of discussion when you first came through, and there was a lot of willingness to work with the community and make some adjustments. And I think just simply by the fact that this resolution received no comments whatsoever is illustrative of the fact that you guys met the needs of the community. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I know in the beginning it was a bit contentious, and for me, I'm really happy that we were able to work with the community. And I know it was said at one of the other meetings that, like D.R. Horton said, out-of-state builder, but for the record, I just want to say I'm from Hemet. So, and there was a lot of discussion in my office about whether or not we should purchase these lots, and I told them the east end of town, the east end of Hemet, it's going to be a great project, and people in that area are really going to be happy to see new homes built again. And so I'm happy to say every week in the office that I'm right, because the community is doing well, and the reception to it has been very positive, and we're really happy to be building in Hemet. And, we have a lot of holdings here now, and we're working on 2 other deals in the city of Hemet. So we're very excited to be building here and happy to work with Planning Commission and the council. Staff's been great to work with, and the existing communities where we're building.
Well, thank you, and we're happy to have you.
Great. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
All right. Any other comments? So then close public hearing. And comments, thoughts, issues, concerns? Well, that's pretty simple. Then entertain a motion for that the Planning Commission adopt Planning Commission Resolution Bill Number PC 2020-024 and approve SDR 20004 Mod 4, subject to the original conditions of approval and approved by the Planning Commission on July 7th, 2020. Yeah, I guess I'll entertain a motion. I just said the whole motion, so if someone wants to say so moved. So moved. We'll need a second. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Commissioner.
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you.
You please vote again.
Certainly. This isn't the Dominion software stuff, is it? There we go. And resolution passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving to. Oh, yeah. That was a lot shorter time and conclusion than the last time on this issue. Okay, item 6B.
Vice Chair, if you could just comment on the microphone, then Commissioner Van Arsdale is back.
Let the record show that Commissioner Van Arsdale has returned. Sorry, thank you. Good evening. Next. I guess general plan amendment for Page Ranch. We're requesting to move that to January 19th. Do we need is there any presentation or anything?
Sure, I have a brief explanation. So last meeting in December 1st, we had a discussion about a condition. We went back and we still need a little more time to discuss that out. So we're asking for a continuance to January 19th meeting. That'll give us ample time to work out the issues. Applicant has agreed, and we do have that email that was handed out to you, agreeing to the continuance.
So, entertain a motion.
I'll move that we continue the, do I say this whole thing? Sorry. This part. The Planning Commission to continue the item to January 19th, 2021 to allow adequate time to address the concerns raised by the applicant on the conditions of approval. Okay.
Did we need to open public hearing on that? I'm sorry.
Yes.
We had opened it, didn't we?
Not on that particular agenda item, I'm sorry.
The public hearing,
Continued, so it
Was
was
continued
open
from
the
before.
prior meeting.
Okay,
yes, so we just need the motion to continue and
Okay,
it'll just
thank you.
continue on. Yes.
a second?
I second.
Must be a 2020 thing.
We just want to make sure.
Yeah. Vote early, vote often.
I'm just kidding.
Motion passes unanimously. Okay. Moving to department reports. City Attorney?
I have nothing to report tonight.
All right, Community Development Director, okay?
So I have a couple items. So the council on December 8th approved General Plan Amendment 20-001. This was the floor area ratio that we're proposing from 0.4 to 1.0. So they did approve that item. And zoning ordinance, which is a companion ordinance, 20-002, which talks about the heightened FAR for hotels, hospitals, and other unique uses. And that was also approved. And there's a second meeting on that scheduled for January 12th. And after that, 30 days, then the item will be codified and it will be as part of the ordinance.
So that moved it, I'm sorry, HB, was it, moved it from point what to what? I forgot.
0.4 to 1.0.
Got it. Okay.
And I also have the development updates that Commissioner Vice Chair Worth requested in the past. Just kind of giving you guys updates on all the different projects that we've been working on for the year of 2020. Okay, so I'll present that.
Okay.
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Reload that. That's all the time that you need.
Thank you. Good evening, Vice Chair, members of the Commission. Tonight before you, we'll give you a brief highlight of all the items that we've been working on for the past year. So I'm going back from the latest to the oldest. So we recently, at the last Commission, we had a substantial conformance of 35392 that was approved for the red section, which identified additional access points for that tract. We have the 35392, which was a realignment of Fisher Street, which I didn't have a map for, but it was the curvature road that needed to have gas line, existing gas line that needed to be adjusted. So we did that, and that was 150 square single-family residential lots. 35393 was 145 square single-family residential lots. That's reconfiguring for access. We had a general plan amendment 15-002, SPA 15-001, tentative tract map 36841. This was in Rancho Diamante. We're still working on this item for that one condition, but it does call out for elimination of New Warren Road, extension of Mustang Way. It's a 586 single-family residential lots that's involved in this project and 100,000 square foot of commercial lot. We also had S2A Tesla-powered modular smart home factory that was approved. It's currently on an appeal process, but the applicant is working with the appellant to work out that issue, and we're just waiting for their condition. And it has been continued to January. I'm sorry, it has been tabled, and then we will read notice for the appeal hearing. Okay. This is on State Street in Crow's Nest. It's a 210,000 square foot manufacturing facility on 32 acres. It is a net zero facility, so all of their power will be sourced from the solar power. Sales office and modular home complex would be also incorporated. It'll employ about 100 skilled workers initially and 100 additional. It'll be delivered on Tesla trucks And it has the capability of building 1,000 residential and 2,000 commercial units per year. So this will give us a great boost on the city's economy. So this is the layout of the small home factory, kind of a model home complex area. So this section here would be State Street. And this is the office, and this is the model complex and factories in the back. This is the Holiday Inn Express on Florida Avenue, 3850 West Florida Avenue. This is a 4-story, 80-room hotel on 1.6 acres of land. It is currently under review, and this did require the general plan amendment and zoning ordinance amendment for this to occur. So, and that's what we had to take forward first for this project to go forward. We have another project on Stetson Corner. It's on southeast corner on Stetson and Sanderson. This involves 12-bay gas stations with 4,000 square foot of 7-Eleven C-store, a 2,600 square foot drive-through restaurant, a 3,500 square foot car wash with 20 vacuum stations. This also includes new parking lots on the east side for the Macrometer. So they're swapping the property and is still currently under review. This is Ramona Creek specific plan. This is what you saw earlier on the discussion. And again, this has 37 feature lots, 43 acres, commercial mixed use, 535,000 square foot, retail service, entertainment, restaurants. This will have a lot of different components. We're looking at about 1,000 plus single-family residential units and 36 acres of open space. And this is where it's located on Warren, Florida. So you see all of those commercials along Florida and residential to the rear. Rancho Diamante, this is the item that we discussed earlier about the one condition that we're still working through. Again, this is 155 single-family residential units at 48 acres, drainage and open space. Tenant track map, we talked about these two items, but this was before it got approved. So we just put that in there. Citrus Point, which you did just approve an additional floor plan. It's an 80 single-family residential lots, 3 models, now the 4th model, northeast corner of Lake in Florida. Again, this is the site plan for it. This is Seasons at McSweeney Farms. This is done by Richmond American Homes. This is for 77 lots. They're currently building their model homes right now. This is at southeast corner of McSweeney Parkway and South Village Loop. Their model homes are being constructed at this point. This is the site layout. This is Latham Multifamily Project. It's 120 unit assisted living senior apartments, 3.31 acres. It's located on southerly side of Latham Avenue, east of Lyon Avenue, and west of Elk Street. We have a historic Hemet Theater renovation project that we approved. This was a CDDR review, so it didn't come to you, but it was approved by the director. It was a facade restoration and repair, a marquee and blade signs. Interior improvements including restoration of lobby, main auditorium, ADA compliant restrooms, ADA seating, and also update mechanical and electrical and plumbing for the theater. This is Chinese Laundry Shoe Drop Ship Warehouse. This is the old Kmart building on Stetson and State. This project has been approved, and they are working on getting their products stored at that facility. Again, this is just a drop ship area, so it's not a retail facility, so you can't go and buy and purchase shoes there, but you can definitely order and it'll come out of this facility.
HP, I'm sorry, real quick. On that one, the last thing I thought I saw on that was where there was like 1 major and like 3 minors, or 2 minors on the east side of the building, and that's, I don't recall that one coming up is, it's just a warehouse now?
Well,
This is the full
It's a-
Kmart building?
it's an old Kmart building. They had a process where they were going to put two additional, one being McDonald's, and second being another drive-through restaurant. While that
Not
is-
exterior to the building itself, but within the building itself, there was going to be some retail stores on the east side where the old garden center was.
That is correct. So what these guys are doing is they're using it temporarily while that is being
Okay.
placed. So that building doesn't stay vacant for that long.
Gotcha.
So this is an interim use for that building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Starbucks building at Page Plaza, this was approved. You notice that there's a secondary building there. Starbucks is already constructed at Page Plaza, which is just next to Walmart Center. And this is an empty pad, but there's a double driveway here and another one for Starbucks. So there's an interest of constructing this for another drive-through restaurant. So they're moving forward on that. Again, it's a 2,500 square foot drive-through for Starbucks and 3,700 square foot drive-through restaurant on a decent parcel.
On that one, HP, one of the concerns we had was the headlights, and they did a great job of a wall and landscaping to avoid that. And then just like every other Starbucks, it's always a long line to get through. So
If you go early on the weekends, there's not a lot of people. But they did do a good job, I saw that, yeah.
Yes. We had asked them to construct a wall so that headlights won't shine into the neighboring residential homes. Yes. We have Sanderson Plaza. They're under construction. If you haven't seen it, this is on Menlo and Sanderson. There's Menlo here, Sanderson. And this is I believe it's Chevron gas station with drive-through pads here, and then eventually a commercial strip in the back. They're under construction for this area right now where the gas station is. If you haven't driven by, they're doing a lot of work, so they're actually moving very quickly. It's a 6,200 square foot two-story convenience store with 20 pumps and 3 5,000 square foot separate restaurants and 40,000 square foot multi-tenant building. This is what the gas station will look like. Sides and rear elevations. And upcoming projects we have Raising Cane's coming in on Florida, Riley's Burger, Tanya and Stetson, O'Reilly's coming in Page Plaza. We have 51 single-family residential lot at 800 North Girard. We have Last Chance Performance Marine coming on Sanderson. Country Grill next to, I believe the restaurant's name is Vaca Grill? Los Vaqueros, sorry. So right next door.
is that the old Marie Callender's?
That is. So it's the same owner as Los Vaqueros restaurant. So he decided to make. I'm sorry?
Oh, the Country Grill.
No, the Country Grill. So he decided to make a more of a cafe style restaurant right next door. Hammond Industrial on Airways coming along. We have Rancho Diamante 2, which is the project that you already looked at. Service station renovation on East Florida. Delphina at Devonshire. This is a kind of an interesting project. They're coming in with gas station, a C-store, car wash, which up until that point is fine. They're adding a 64-unit apartment complex with that same project. So it's kind of a unique situation. So that's an interesting project. We have Sunny Car Wash on northeast corner of Carnell in Florida, and also northeast corner of Gilbert and Stetson. So it's Sunny Car Wash at 2 different locations. We have Chutes City Farmers Market that is in discussion right now. And we have a new project that was just submitted for a preliminary review. This is a McSweeney Ranch specific plan, which is just on the west side of McSweeney Farms development. This area has about 2,500 residential lots, 100,000 square foot of commercial with the golf course, and the residential lot includes a senior component, 3 stories. Probably about 40% of it will be senior development.
That's north of the Damagione. That's not the MWD land.
Correct.
That's,
It is MWD land, but it's northwest corner of Damagione and State Street.
okay.
So it is still MWD land.
Not the recreational area, but yeah.
Right. Right. They still own that property. And this list is a little short, but we have approved 60 plus different businesses within 2020. All these businesses have been either new or new owners for 2020. And that's all we did for 2020.
Well, that is. Thank you so much for that, HP. It's neat to see kind of the snapshot of how much activity is actually going through. Sometimes when you're focused on one single project or a couple projects at the meeting, you kind of lose track of all of that. So thank you very much.
Correct, and we're only talking about projects that actually been submitted to the city. There are other projects that were in discussions that it's premature to talk about at this venue, but yes, we're constantly looking at different projects and options.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much for doing that. So we can probably skip item 7B on the future agenda items because we just... Do you want to go over that, HP?
Sure. We have a conditional use permit modification. This is the 7 Days Market, which is on the east end of the town. It's off of Florida Avenue. It used to be a market, and then they added a gas station component to it. So they remodeled the complete store. So they're asking for alcohol sales on that component.
That's the one right across from the Stater Brothers?
It's catty corner. Yeah. And we do have a variance and a CEP for puff time tobacco. You guys heard the CEP component for that before because there's some issues. And we can make certain findings for a variance, so we request the applicant to provide that. And we're moving forward with that. And also the Raising Cane's is coming to town. Any Raising Cane's that all the staff has visited and they didn't want to go, but we made them go. And they all stated that it is just packed with people, cars, any day of the week. So it's a very successful drive-through restaurant, and we'll have one here.
Very good, very good.
Exciting.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you. Planning Commissioner reports, HP? Last time I went through that and I messed up, so I apologize.
Commissioner Van Arsdale?
Nothing to report.
Commissioner Lemke?
No report.
Commissioner Beamsterfer?
Only thing to report, Carly Myers, our new mayor, and looking forward to some changes.
Vice Chair Worth?
Nothing to report. Thank you very much. So if there is nothing more, then we will adjourn to January 5th. So I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I think I can still say that.
I was supposed to go on vacation, but I'll see if we can leave on the 6th instead of the 4th. So I'll let you know.
That's fine.
Sorry.
All right. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.